What's going on, Combat Sports Nation? This is Sean here. This past weekend, the reality fighting lightweight amateur title changed hands as Eddie George faced his toughest, most experienced competition yet when he put away champ Matt Bina in the first round. Eddie went into that fight at 2-2. He started his career 0-2, so now that made it 3 fights in a row. He has now won. Last 2 fights are finishes. It was very impressive. Many would say it was early. One person who didn't think it was an early stoppage was promoter Kip Collar of Reality Fighting. He believes that the commission did a great job, the referee did a great job. They're there to protect the fighters. Although Matt Bina would say that it was an early stoppage, Kip retorts that with, if you want the fight to go longer, if you want that extra second or that second opportunity to where you get clipped and maybe bounce back and respond, then you should go pro. And hopefully that's the next step that we see for Matt. As far as Eddie, he has no intention of going pro. Great head on his shoulders. Give a listen how he felt the matchup was going and how he thought what his thoughts were on the stoppage.
I did see him buckle and his eyes roll back. I felt when I clipped him in the temple, that was the shot that dropped him, and I felt that he was out for a split second, but it didn't matter. If the ref would have kept it going, I felt I was in a comfortable position where I could set up good ground and pound. So either or, I felt comfortable in any situation. My preparation is great. I have a great team around me. I'm surrounded by great fighters and coaches. Nick takes a lot of time to really help me get whatever I need, whether it's going and training somewhere else or bringing someone into the gym. This was like a 7-week camp, if I'm not mistaken. And I train all the time. If I'm feeling like I need to work a certain move, I'll call up a training partner and I'm like, I need you to meet me at the gym. I have to work this one move out, and I'll drill one thing for an hour or two, so I feel like I have what I'm trying to get. So the whole camp felt great.
Eddie's power has been displayed in the last 2 fights as he has gone now 3-0 in his last 3, but started his career 0-2. So I asked him, what was it? Was it more favorable matchups? Was it a mind switch? Was it different training or different commitment? And he just explained that he's just a sponge and he's just raw. He's young in the sport. He doesn't intend to go pro anytime soon until he feels as if he's ready, his coaches feel as if he's ready, and he knows he has that support system behind him that's not going to allow him to do anything before he is ready. Give a listen.
A lot of people don't know is I'm very new to MMA. I've just hit my 2-year mark of training. I hadn't been training MMA very long. I finally started throwing a correct jab like a couple months ago. So I'm very green in the MMA scene, but I have my coaches see a lot of potential. I mean, I work very hard. My first 2 matches, my first match was on a short notice against Romano Medina, who was undefeated in MMA at the time and a 7-2 kickboxer, just getting off a title fight at kickboxing. So my first 2 fights, it might have been losses, but it was really learning experience because Nick wanted to put me in hard fights to see my worth. And I showed not only can I take a loss and bounce back from it and come back harder, but I'm just a fighter. I'm here to fight, and that's what you're gonna get every time. I just want to stay active. I'm a very healthy guy. I eat healthy. I do everything correct. So there's no reason, as long as I stay injury free, that I shouldn't be able to fight a lot, 8 times. And I'm not even thinking about, like, a couple people ask me, "Oh, are you gonna go pro soon?" I'm not even thinking about that until I get at least 10 fights on my belt amateur. I'm not thinking about it at all.
Awesome, my friend. Thank you so much. The hardware looks great around your shoulder. Any shout outs to your team or anybody else there?
Oh man, definitely a shout out to Nick Newell, Jeremy Scott. Those are my 3 coaches, and without them, like, I would be nothing. I say it all the time, every time someone speaks to me. I would be nothing without them. All my teammates at FAA and West Haven and Springfield, they push me so hard. When I get tired, they tell me, "You're not tired, keep going, don't be a punk." Really, like, just FAA in general. Without them, I'd be nothing. Like, people say, "Oh, it's a one-man sport." It's not. This is a team sport because it takes a team to get you ready for that cage.
There you have it. You heard it. Eddie's looking to stay very active in 2019. We want to say congratulations one more time. The hardware looked good over his shoulder. We're sure that reality fighting is going to be another stop in his quest to hit those 6 to 8 fights this year, possibly in the spring or summer show that reality usually has. So we look forward to that. We look forward to a lot more exciting matchups and tougher fights as he's seemingly been taking. So once again, Combat Sports Nation, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Follow us on Instagram. Watch us on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook. Visit us on Twitter. And stay tuned.